Cobra Kai Season 4 is more intense and evolves in a way that gets you more involved than even the past seasons. Welcome to Fantasy Films. I'm Kevin, and Season 4 of Cobra Kai is one that I just had to binge watch all in one day. The intensity and the focus in this season is more addicting than even the past 3 seasons. And I want to say focus because the main focus here is winning the next tournament. End of Season 3, there was a team up with Daniel and Johnny in order to beat Cobra Kai, simply for the bet that they had if they lost, they had to shut down their dojos. And if they win, Cobra Kai has to shut down their dojo. But then not only is that on the line, but we have to still deal with the conflict between Daniel and Johnny and their different training styles, their different personalities, and still trying to put away the grudge from years ago. But then we have to deal with other issues such as Tori and the rest of the Cobra Kai clan breaking into the LaRusso house, starting a big gang fight, and where they go from there, because now we have other characters developing, such as Tori herself, who is evolving and maturing and making choices that we weren't sure that she was going to make in previous seasons. And of course, we have Sam, who is her main rival, and she's going through her own development, her own mindsets changing, and wondering if the way that she's been doing things is the right way. Does she need to find her own path, or is the guidance of her father the way to go? So now we have a conflict between Sam and Daniel of whether or not his training for his daughter is the right choice for her. Is it drawing her closer to him or pushing her farther away? What kind of woman is she growing into? What kind of choices does she need to make? And it seems Tori is making these same choices. Mentally, she is fighting herself of being the quote-unquote bad guy of the series. But things might be changing. She might be seeing things in a different light, not necessarily saying she's going to come over to the good side, but she sees things that question her loyalty, question her choices. And some of those things are coming from her own sensei, Reese, who is now taking on more help from Terry Silver, who's making his own return. And we all know the Silver from the original trilogy. He's a little unstable. He has a very diabolical mentality. He kind of like Reese in a lot of ways, where he has his own agenda and is very aggressive in getting it, but secretly he has something on the back burner. And of course, this is why Reese and him are friends. They have that same mentality, but can that same mentality clash? So now we have a new partnership that we have to worry about, which brings Reese into a new light because he's the alpha dog, and now he's bringing another alpha dog in, and those alpha dogs are going to butt heads. Meanwhile, again, more character development being Miguel. Miguel has always been loyal to Johnny Lawrence. He is his sensei. He's helped him out not only in karate, but in everyday life as kind of a father figure. But he also has a connection with Daniel LaRusso, who's also helped him in many things and continues to do so in this series. So he's torn between senseis. He wants to be loyal to both, but Johnny's pulling him to one side while he feels more drawn to another side, and he's trying to split evenly, and it's just not working. Meanwhile, he's still trying to have this relationship with Sam, but being they're on different teams, it's making things even more complicated. And the character that I think that has the biggest change and development is probably Hawk. Now, he has been a roller coaster up and down from Cobra Kai to Johnny Lawrence to Daniel LaRusso. He's been back and forth with a lot of different senseis and a lot of different changes mentally and as a person, and this season is no exception. He definitely goes through some serious character changes and has to really reflect on who he is, the kind of person he needs to be and accepts, because he goes forward projecting himself as one person to look cool and be cool in front of everybody, but not necessarily being who he is. And this season changes all of that. He finally finds out who he is and moves forward as a stronger character because of it. Now, all of these characters have to meet at the tournament and fight. That is the whole point of their training, but the rules of the tournament have changed. But these rule changes could even the playing field quite a bit, and it's definitely going to mix things up. It's going to stress out the senseis, it's going to stress out the students, but it's going to bring out the best and the worst of everybody. Without giving too much away, this is definitely the most exciting season I've watched thus far. So many things going on, so many different character developments, and at the end of this season, something comes up that just blows your mind and gets you so excited for the next season that I am on pins and needles now, that the fact that I have to wait for season 5 is driving me crazy. I cannot wait for this. Trust me, when you see it, you'll understand. If you've seen the series, drop your comments down below. Let me know what you thought. Don't spoil it for anybody, just in case they haven't seen it yet. But just let's talk about the intensity and all the things that you've noticed different this season than the last. Don't forget to drop a like on the video for me. Hit that subscribe button on your way out. I'm Kevin, and I'll see you at the concession stands.